I was born in a small town and I lived there for my whole life essentially. From the time I remember, I lived in this exact house, in this exact place, around the exact same people, and in the city that's barely changed at all. It kind of has some money. For a small city, it is pretty rich, but the investments they make are fucking ass. So it is nearly the same. And I have everything that I would want to have here, every comfort. I live in a nice house with a nice garden. I have a car that works, that is maintained. I don't have to pay for the gas. I don't have to pay for anything, for food, nothing at all. And even if I move from here, my parents still want to pay for me if I will be going to university. So I have super comfort here. I do not have to struggle at all for anything. But I hate this place. I fucking despise it. Every single day I wake up, I open the windows, and I just get angry or like feel down because I'm here. I don't want to be here anymore. I really just don't want to be here. And there are people that like this. They like the fact that they are living with their parents in their nice little city where they know everyone and know every street, where they've been everywhere. There's nothing new happening. There's nothing happening in general. And they like this comfort. But I think they're just unambitious. They're wasting their time because everyone who is not wasting their time is not here. They have moved somewhere else because in a shithole like this there are no opportunities, and it also doesn't inspire you. There's a really important thing about the city you live in and the place you're in. If throughout the years, throughout literal years, throughout your literal whole life you've been living in one place, in one city, a smaller city, you will be less inspired to work and to try to achieve something than if you were in a bigger city. And how do I know it? Recently I've had a couple trips to Warsaw. I went in a bus, I went in a car, I went alone, I went with my friends, I went with my family. And then every time, the moment I got there, I felt just inspired and motivated and alive, finally. Not like here. I never felt like this here. And why? Well, Warsaw is it's a capital of Poland. It is a really great city. Looking at the standard of the European cities right now, it is doing really well. There is not a huge problems with the migrants. There is no problem with the crime rates and rapes and stealing. The streets are clean. Everything looks clean. It's really safe. But most importantly, it's a big city. There are a lot of people, a lot of businesses, big buildings filled with people who work there. They're owned by companies who make shit tons of money. There are expensive cars on the streets. You cannot walk through Warsaw, through just not even the fucking center of it, just through Warsaw and not see a Porsche, an expensive Porsche or an expensive Mercedes. These are the two most common cars that I've saw. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of cars. There are Paganis there, Bugattis. The richest people in Poland are mostly in Warsaw. You can type in the average income in Warsaw. The average is pretty high. And now if you move from a shithole, from a small town like I am living in right now, to a city like this, your thinking changes. You either get inspired and positive, or you get down and feel negative because you're seeing that the average is higher. The bare minimum to matter, to have a name, to just be fucking, to not be invisible there is higher. In my crappy town, in my demographic, I'm not going to parties, I'm not really well known, but everyone kinda knows me because I took the gym really seriously. And I've made great results in the gym. And for my people my age, when you ask who is the best in the gym, they will probably list me, or I will be somewhere in their mind. And everyone knows this because it is very an iconic trait about me. Now if I go to Warsaw, there are much more still, looking at the amount of people in general, there will be a small percent, but there are much more people like me who are my age and look great, right? When you are in my city and you are looking at cars, which is a big inspiration for me, I can list you out every fucking car that costs some money and that isn't blending into the traffic on the fingers of one hand. Just there will be a couple of them, and actually most of them disappear because they moved somewhere else. But then you go, so you can buy a pretty nice car. Like my father owns a 90s Mercedes with the Roadster version. It's the Mercedes SL500. It has a 5-liter V8, and I sometimes get it and drive around. People are looking at it like crazy. It feels like you have a fucking Lambo. But if I went with it to Warsaw, you think so much people would be looking? Yeah, people would be looking because it's not expensive, but it's really iconic. Old Mercedeses are pretty cool, right? There are a lot of people who like them. But not as many people would even notice it. It would blend in much more because the average is higher. And for me, the fact that the average is higher, that the looks of an average person, the character, the income, the car, the place they live in, the overall lifestyle is much harder to achieve and is something more. It inspires me. There are people who are lazy fuckers who don't try in anything at all, and they would say that they don't want to be there because it makes them insecure. And if you are a lazy fuck that doesn't try for anything, yeah, it makes sense that it will make you insecure, seeing people do better than you around you. But I'm not like this. I'm trying every single day to work on something. If I'm not trying for one thing, I'm trying for another. I'm always doing something. So I fit into that place and it inspires me. And places like I am in right now, like my small town, are killing me. You get me? The familiarity with this place, and on top of that, living with my parents is just killing me. I need opportunities. I need new people, bigger. I don't know how to describe it necessarily. To move to a different, bigger place where more is happening, where it is alive more. I don't want to be here. And I think that everyone who is young should move to a major city in your country. Like, you don't have to move to the capital in your country, of course. If I lived close to another big country big city in my country, I would talk about it, but I just live close to Warsaw. So I'm talking about this. Any big city in your country is fine. You should move there because it will be much easier for you to get jobs, to get ideas, to learn about just anything that can make you money, to train and to try harder every day for anything you do, because there are more people and the average is higher. It is more competitive. And it's really nice to be around competitive people and shit, because it pushes you. If you aren't competitive, if you are a bitch, then yeah, it will make you just anxious and insecure. But if you are trying hard, and you might be on the bottom, if you are making no money at all, and you're around people who are making millions, it is still fine. If I was talking with someone, if I was around someone in the gym, for example, who is a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, because being a millionaire in these days is... if you have $1 million, like, what the fuck can you buy? You can't even buy a house with a small, unkept garden in my city. Just having $1 million on your bank account is not much these days, I'm sorry. But on your bank account, if your net worth is just 1 million, then you're still broke. It's crazy. But if I'm making $0, zero money per month, and I would be around a multi-millionaire in a gym, I would feel even better. I would not feel insecure at all. I would love it, because then the average is higher. Our average of us two is huge. I'm bringing it down, but he's bringing it up. And I need to get closer to him. Because he's at the one end, I am at the other. And if you would interact, we would average out. He would get maybe lower, but I would get higher. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? And it doesn't apply to only the 5 people you spend the most time with, but it applies to everything around you. If you are around more expensive cars because you see them on the street, you will work harder and you will buy a better car. If you are around people who have more muscle and have less body fat and are not fat, not old, but young, healthy and look great, you will look better. You will have more muscle and less fat. You will try harder. You will eat less shit, drink less, right? It applies to everything. So that's why every young person, as soon as they can, should move to just a big city. It doesn't have to be the capital, as I said, but just a place where something is happening. It will be so much better for you than staying in this shithole. There are people like me who just end the school and get a job here. And what, you live with your parents? Yeah, that's so fucking comfortable. But you're wasting your life. You could be growing so much more, and it won't even make you happy. Staying safe and comfortable in your little shithole will never make you happy. That's why I want to move there, and I feel really inspired about Warsaw in my example. In your example, it should be a different big city, but really think about it. Try to move to a different city and put effort to matter in this city, because it is a lot harder to be noticed than in small towns.